Michelle, aka Anshell, aka owner of Anshell's Crafting Corner. Thank you for joining me today. It is Wednesday. It is Wind Up and Whipped Wednesdays. We have some whips to work on, and actually I have one whip to work on, and it's going to be a very quick one because I'm more than halfway done with it. And then I'm going to wind up some yarn because I got to start cracking down on all the yarn I have all over my house and in storage. It is ridiculous. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet, because ultimately I would love to have my yarn categorized by the brand and then colors. So considering how many skeins, how many different brands of yarn I have, this might be a little difficult. So, but I also may end up having to donate some yarn because I have way too much yarn. It's not even funny. I could actually open my own store. That's how much yarn I have. So I am going to go ahead and finish the whip I have today, and you're gonna come along with me for that. I gotta find my eyes. And then I'm going to throw my winding machine up and we will start on that. So bear with me. Let me get set up and here we go. Okay, so what I am working on right now is from 3 a.m. Grace Designs. I'm always mentioning them. I love their website. I'm actually part of their one pattern club. They have a couple of different clubs going on right now. And they actually upgraded one of their clubs, and for the life of me I can't remember all the details, but I used to get 3 to 4 patterns a month plus a discount coupon code for another pattern that, you know, I probably would have wanted to buy if I didn't have it, if I wanted it, if it didn't come in the club, whatever the case may have been. I have hundreds of their patterns, and it's crazy how many I've actually done. But how many more I haven't done yet, I'm so far behind. So today I am working on the mini Brontosaurus. This is the second half of the guy. As you can tell, I did basically the body, and I'm working on the neck and the head. This is what the half looks like. So it's 2 panels, and the eye goes over here. It's supposed to have a couple of dots here. So I have to whip them up real quick. It's just a couple of small circles. So, and then I have to add the eyes, crochet the 2 halves together, and then stuff it along the way. So that's all I have to do on this. I started this, I don't even know when I started this, probably late last night while I was making chicken noodle soup. And by the time I was done with the soup, I was just so dead tired. I left off on this. I was like, okay, I can wait till tomorrow. And here we are. It's Wednesday. Whip Wednesday and Wind Up Wednesday. So you're getting a 2-for-1 special today, because I don't know if I'm going to do this every week. Most weeks I'll probably just do Winding Wednesday, so I can give my hands and my wrists a break from crocheting so much, just so I can have a day to, you know, clean up and wind up some yarn and, you know, just relax a little bit. So let me start off. Where am I? Okay, that's where I am. Let's get to work. Okay, so I finished the... I'm sorry, did I scare you, baby? I'm sorry. I finished the second panel, and I'm actually going to leave the yarn attached. I got to weave in... Oh, maybe I don't... Well, yeah, I will. I'm going to leave the yarn attached because this is where I'm going to start crocheting from to put the two panels together. So what I have to do now is I have to make the 2 or 3 circles that goes on the body. And then I also have to add the eyes, which I think goes like right up here somewhere, right around here. So I have to do that. First, I got to find them because it calls for a 12 millimeter eye. I don't know if I want to do 12 or 10. We'll have to see what it looks like. So. Okay, so I did my 3 little circles, so I have to sew them onto the body, and like I said, I have to also do the eyes, so I gotta find my eyes. Let's find my eyes. I think they're just right here. I just don't know which package is my 12 millimeters. These are 10, so let's hold those out. I think these are the 12s that were not, yeah, these were the 12s that were not properly 12 millimeter, just so I remember. Okay. And then I'm going to put tape on top of it because my luck, I will put my hand on it and it will smear. And I just lost my tape end. Oh, there it is. All right. So I got my 12s. Let's see how it looks for the 12 millimeter eye as opposed to the 10 millimeter eye, because sometimes big eyes don't look good, sometimes they do. It doesn't look too bad, but let's put in the 10 on the other side and see what that looks like. All right, so this is the other side. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Think the 12 is good for the face? Here's the 10. So you get an idea. Or do you think the 12? Decisions. I have to lay them down and look at it because I don't know which one I like. On the picture and in the directions, it says 12 millimeter eye. Oh, wait. I'm kind of liking the 10 millimeter because it just seems more... We're going to stick with the 12. I like the 10. I really like the 10. But I think we'll just have to stick with what the directions tell us. I mean, kawaiis are supposed to be like large eye friendly projects, if you so to speak. So I guess we'll just stick with the larger eye. Maybe the next one I'll do a 10 millimeter and then we'll do some kind of comparison whenever I make this the next time. So those are my 10s. So let me grab another eye. I gotta separate these 2 backs, another eye. Let's close this up. And this bag is already ripped. Lovely. Okay. So, let me see if I can. 1, 2, right in the middle, 2 and 3. I'm going to see if I can line these up perfectly, or as close to perfectly as I can get. All right, let's do this. There we go. All right. All right, so now they're even. Now, what I do when I'm adding eyes to my projects for extra safety precautions is I like to put some glue. Make sure that hole stays there. I like to put some glue right on the inside. See if you could see this. Right here on this part of the eye. Just a little bit, not too much. And I like to use this Loctite super glue because it's got the nice little pointy applicator. So I just put just a little bit on each side of the post. Not too much because it will seep out and it'll make your yarn a little sticky. Don't ask me how I know that, okay? So I add that on. I hold it for a couple seconds. I just put a little dab somewhere on the post where it meets the post and the yarn. I add my washer, just like that. And another step I do, if I can find it, and if you're a kid who's not old enough to do this, make sure your parents are with you, please. See how it's nice and pointy right now? What I do is I take my lighter. I learned this somewhere on TikTok, and I've used it for a couple years now, and I've never had a problem. I've never had a problem before with my eyes coming out. I never had any customer come back to me and say, oh, my eyes popped out, this, that, or the other. So this is an extra safety feature that you do probably want to do if you're making quads, especially for kids. What is your problem? The audacity. You just came in. Do you seriously have to go back out? Of all times. All right, let me let her out. I'll be right back. I don't know if you can hear her. She's outside barking at probably absolutely nothing right now. So, before I was so rudely interrupted, where was I? Okay, so this is what the back looks like right now. But 2 reasons. 1, because a lot of my stuff goes towards kids. So I like to have the extra precautions. But 2, because this is going to be so close quarters, it's going to interact with each other and possibly, you know, poke right through the yarn on the other side. So I like to flatten it out a little bit. So what I do is I take my lighter, I take the post, and make sure your fingers are out of the way. And just run your lighter over it. If it starts to light up like a candle, just blow it out. So I actually take a butter knife and I do this. And then you just push it flat while it's still hot and it's melting. And there you go, nice and flat. I can actually probably push it down a little bit more. So let me do that. You don't want to go too far. You don't want the flame to hit the washer because the washer will start to melt and it will push back up and you won't be able to fix that. I've done that a couple of times when I was learning, and even once I was doing a project that the eye, oh, because the yarn, I think the yarn was too plush. The eye wasn't the washer wasn't it wasn't attaching to the post of the eye, and I had to try to hold it down while I'm lighting. I'm burning my fingers, and it was not working, but I finally managed to get it to work. So I'm just going to do a quick heat up. This does cool off rather quickly, so you got to work quick when you're smushing it down to make it flat like that. But again, if it hits the washer, blow it out immediately and just try to work on the post alone, because it will not stay in place. And that's how I do my eyes. So quick tutorial about that. And it actually looks kind of cute. So I'm going to also add a little smile here too in a few minutes, but I got to do my other eye real quick. And then I got to try to get the mutts in, because I don't know what the hell they're barking at. And there we go. Second eye is done. Wait a minute. Did I do it backwards? No, I didn't. Okay. Just this one. My little weaved in end is poking off the wrong side. That would have sucked. Alright, so I have a little bit of black yarn here. And I'm just gonna, and this is a factory knot. This is not my knot. So I'm just gonna cut off there, because I need just a little bit for each side of the smile. Actually, I'm just going to cut the knot off. Can you hear my dogs? All right, got the dogs back in. They're happy now. And I am going to just sew a little bit of a smile on each side of the face. If you're not comfortable doing this, you can also get the puffy fabric paint and just put it on there like that. Same thing with the eyes. If you're not comfortable doing the safety eyes, you can do, that's a little thick, I might break this up. If you're not comfortable doing the safety eyes, you could do a couple other things. One, you could do the, excuse me, the puff paint, and just make the circles a little bit, you know, maybe the size of your pinky nail, and let it dry for a little bit, because it does take a few hours to dry. That's one. Two, you can get, instead of doing safety eyes, you can get buttons, like maybe 1/2-inch buttons, and just sew them on with thread or embroidery floss that's, you know, it's a little bit thicker, probably lasts a little bit longer. Or two, you can make you can crochet little eyes. I would say probably do like a 3 or 4 in a magic circle, and then sew them on. That's better. I like that. He's a cute little face. So those are your options. If there's any more options that anybody knows of, leave it in the comments below, because those are just the few options I remember off the top of my head. There may be more, there may not be more. Do you want to take a fabric marker maybe? This is not cooperating. Oh, because it got stuck. Ay, ay, ay. This is the problem with sewing anything. Sometimes the thread does not want to cooperate. Okay, good enough. All right. So that's a start. So I'm going to do that to the other side. I'm going to just tie this off with a simple knot. And once I get the mouth done on the other side, I'm going to start crocheting the two panels together using a single crochet. And then as I go along, I'm also going to be stuffing it, not overstuffing it, but stuffing it ever so slightly that it looks like a little rag doll. So, yeah, see how cute? So cute. All right. We get the other side done, and I will be right back with you. Okay, so while I was off camera and Michael happened to call me from work, I was able to get the 3 dots on the body. So this is what one panel of the body looks like. He looks really cute. Oh, and just so everybody knows, the yarn I'm using, the light blue yarn, is the Big Twist in Cornflower Blue. Don't mind that. And then for the 3 dots, I love this yarn in the navy tweed, and I love this because of all the little polka dots of color in it. I use this a lot for my mini T-Rex dinosaurs, so I think it's a big hit because I get to use the different color yarn for the spikes, which I love, and it's one of my favorite things to do. But I used it for the circles, and you can see this one has a lot, this one has a few, this one's got colors, but you just can't see them. You can see the yellow, but the green and the blue kind of just don't stand out like this one does. So they came out really cute though. I'm really happy with it. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to crochet the 2 panels together, and as I go along, I'm also going to be lightly stuffing it so that it gets a little cushion. I'm going to do that, and then once I'm done, I'm going to start setting up my winding machine so we can wind up some yarn for just a little while, because it is getting a little late and I don't want to be on here all night. So let's get started. Okay, lovelies, it is done, and here we go. Look how cute he is. That is just, it's not huge. This is my hand. I have small hands, but he's not huge. His head goes just above my middle finger, just a little bit, maybe another knuckle or so. But how freaking cute is that? I'm going to make a whole bunch of these in so many different colors. I think this is going to be a bestseller. This is, again, it's 3 a.m. Grace Designs. This is a paid pattern. I believe these patterns go for $5.95. And at different times of the year, they have sales, but they also have openings to their clubs, because it's not, you can just join whenever you want. They have actual openings as to make sure they can handle all the influx that comes in, because I guarantee, I know there's a whole bunch of people that have joined, and their patterns are amazing. They're well written. It's very easy. They give you pictures right on the directions. I've had to email the owner, Donna, I think her name is, a few times on different things, and she always got right back to me. So amazing company, amazing people, and amazing patterns. I love this. This is so cute. I can't say this was a quick workup for me, because this took a little bit of time with breaks, and like I said, I started last night. But I think if I went from start to finish, I would say this would probably take maybe no more than an hour and a half to do, between the crocheting, the little parts, and then crocheting the two panels together. That's just my opinion. I will let you know if I ever do another one from start to finish, like sitting straight through with no interruptions. Which, of course, I have 2 dogs. I have a husband who calls when he's at work, and everything else in between. So I would have to like zone everybody out. That would not be an easy task. All right, so I'm going to clean up from this. And then I'm going to set up my winding machine. I'm going to grab a couple skeins of yarn. And then we'll get to winding those. And I'll tell you how I'm going to go about labeling and possibly storing them at some point. Right now, I don't know what I'm going to do once they're done being wound up. The couple that I did wind were not full skeins. Like my blue, I'll probably end up doing the blue right now, because I've already started using it. The couple that I did were not full skeins, but I wound them up because it was just going to be too much with them just plopping around the table and, trying to keep track of it. So it just made it easier when I was doing my other projects. So again, I'm going to take a little break. I'm going to charge my phone a little bit, and I'm going to clean this up, and we will be back with getting to winding.
Tell me how you like me to dance. What you want from me? Tell me how you like me to dance.
Okay, so I'm going to call it the night. And just for a little recap, we finished this little guy. So cute. I'm so in love with this. It's just perfect. It's cute for, this is perfect for a toddler. I may have to consider switching out the safety eyes. Again, no matter how many precautions I take, you never know. There's always a first time for everything. I might not. We'll see. But I love it. I think he's adorable. And then I did some winding up. I got 1.5 of the Bernat baby blanket in white. And then I did the big twist that I made the dinosaur in. And then I had to break this up. This is almost full, and this is what was a little bit left because there was a piece of a label or a piece of paper or something that was glued to one section of this that was stopping my winder. So I ended up with this little ball and then this nice little cake. So 3.5 cakes, I guess you could say. It works for me. And a cute little dinosaur. So that is it for tonight. It is Wednesday. I will be back Friday to see what I have finished up for the week. And hopefully tomorrow and Friday morning, before I start recording on Friday, I will have more knocked out. It's gonna be a good day. What else? I guess that's it. No matter where you are, if you're dealing with the freezing cold that is going on and all the crazy weather, please stay safe. Please stay inside. Please make it safe for those who have to take care of the roads, police, ambulances, the plow drivers, whomever else is out there. Please make their lives a little bit easier and just stay home for a little while. It's not going to kill you. I know some roads are getting better, and if you feel safe enough and if you think you can manage it for a very short distance, then obviously if you have to go, you have to go. Other than that, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for watching my video. Please remember to subscribe. Bonus tip, please go subscribe to my best buddy, Just Janie. She is doing cash stuffing envelopes. She's slowly getting back into it. She took some time off. I don't know if she's had a video up yet this week or if she's going to have one by the end of the week. I'm not really sure. But go watch her. I will put her information down below. And make sure you subscribe to my other channel. I will be uploading videos to that sometime in the very near future. Okay, guys. Thanks again for watching. I will talk to you on Friday. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. Behave yourselves. Not really. Okay, bye.